So I wanted to talk to you today because on the opening day of training camp, Ryan came on the radio show with PK and I and said that Jim spent his whole summer rebuilding an arena, and I don't know if that was in his plans, but that's how it worked out. What was that like?
Well, it's been a great summer. We've had an incredible team, from our contractor to the architects to all the workers to our internal team. We had a busy summer. We overhauled, the entire lower bowl to make sure that every seat has full view for hockey, added 1,100 new seats for hockey, but still maintained the great sight lines for basketball. So yeah, it's been a busy summer, but we've accomplished a lot.
I wanted to ask you about the sight lines for basketball. What would Larry Miller say if he saw what you've done?
I think Larry would be really proud. I worked with Larry for many years, and Larry always wanted these great sight lines, and we still have them. You go in there, we are by far the best dual sport arena in the country, and in most cases still as steep as any other arena, or steeper than most arenas for basketball. And I think Larry would be proud of what we've done.
So this cutting edge technology and the ability to move the seats depending on the sport, is this going to do to stadiums what domes, retractable domes, luxury suites, where once somebody does it, is everybody going to do it going forward now?
I think so. I think we're going to continue to see arenas and stadiums, look to upgrade their facilities over time. And we've had numerous facility operators, venue operators contact us, learning about what we did, and we've started a new trend, and it's going to carry on.
You're going to end up giving tours, right, as other teams come in, from around the country?
We've already given quite a few, and I think we'll be giving more.
You mentioned 1,100 new seats for hockey.
Yes.
The appetite for hockey, do those go to season ticket holders right away? Did you split those up between half-season ticket plans so you can accommodate more people? Are there going to be walk-ups that people are going to be able to buy and sit in the lower level?
So all 1,100 new seats are in the lower bowl. So there will be a fair amount of them that will be sold as full season ticket holder packages. But, we've done our data, and we understand what the demand is for full seasons, partial season packages. And then, we've always made a priority to make sure that those people that can just come to 1 or 2 games a year, that they have access to buy tickets. So we've balanced it out based on our data and the sales that we have.
So you went to the University of Utah. Were you an engineering major?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
So did they have an engineering program? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I went to UC Santa Barbara, and they had one, and I stayed a long way away.
Exactly.
That's what I know about that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, as being in charge of this, and you already mentioned all the people you brought in, the huge team you had to build.
Yeah.
So what's your role in all of that? How much do you weigh in, and how many times do you sit at a table like, I don't know what they just said, and everyone else understood that?
First of all, I was really involved in the big renovation project we did in 2017. That's probably where I gained the experience to understand how these projects work. My role is really to connect the dots, maybe be the point guard in the project. I need to make sure the architects are talking to the contractors are talking to the subs are doing what is on the drawings that the architects have provided, and then also to represent ownership. Ryan has been the visionary of this whole project, and he's laid out the importance of building a great hockey facility with great sightlines, but protecting the basketball sightlines. And so I need to make sure I represent ownership with all of those groups, and that we all follow his lead.
The inside of the arena used to be completely contained, and when you did that 2017 renovation, you opened up one end of the arena so you could see out, and some daylight filters and all that.
Yes.
It looks like you've done it now on the other end. What did you like about that? Why did you do that? Because that's probably visually the first thing people are going to notice.
Yeah, we did open that up on the other end. I will tell you that's really in preparation for work that's going to be done in the next couple of summers. All the work we did this year was really to make sure the lower bowl was ready to go for both sports for this year. With that being said, we did a lot of preparatory work, so as we work next summer in 26 and then also in 27, that we're set up to be able to do the work as fast as we need to.
So what are you going to do in 26, and then what do you do in 27? How does the project break up?
Yeah, so the next 2 summers, now that we've got the lower bowl done, next summer will be one end of the upper bowl. The following summer will be the other end of the upper bowl. And we've got some great plans, but I can't disclose them right now. But I can tell you that we will make the upper bowl as great as we've now made the lower bowl, so that every seat has great sight lines.
For people who drive up and down 400 West, they see work in back. Are you adding parking in back?
Yes, we're building a parking garage we call it off the back of the arena. It'll be a 7-story, 450 stall parking garage. That will be completed by next season, the start of the 26th season for hockey and basketball.
Man, look at you go. It's just nonstop, right?
It is so much fun, though.
So you're not doing any concerts over the summer, which is a big season, but I have looked at your schedule, and in between the basketball and the hockey and the ice shows, you do have multiple high-profile concerts plugged in. I'm thinking if Larry Miller loved anything about what Ryan is doing here, he'd say, look at how busy the arena is.
We've never been so busy. We're getting shows that we never got before. Shows are coming to the market. The market's grown. Once again, we think this is the best arena in the country, even for concerts, and so we are busy.
Did you change the number of seats for basketball when you added the 1,100 for hockey? Because for hockey, you used to have seats folded up and you had stuff hanging in front of it to kind of decorate it a little bit. So some of that's added. How did it affect basketball capacity?
A very slight capacity, 11 seats basically is the difference. And then over time, as we do the upper bowl, the capacity for basketball will change more.
I assume you had a really tight schedule from the last game last year to the first game this year. But the difference here is, I mean, the Jazz are in a rebuild, we understand that. But the Mammoth might be in the playoffs. And once you get in a playoff, which is 2 weeks, you got the hot goalie, you could be in a second series, it'd be a month. Yeah. So I'm thinking that your rebuild doesn't really start. You're going to be watching this whole year trying to figure out what your timeline is.
Well, I'll tell you, we've got a great hockey team, and we know and expect they're going to make the playoffs, and we're setting our schedule according to a playoff run by the team, and we just know that's the time frame that we're going to have to get the work done.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think is the number one thing people are going to notice when they come in here for the home opener?
Last year, 2 things. Last year we had the big walls at the end because the way it was built, we couldn't pull the risers all the way out. Now you've got seats all the way around the ice. It's full. So once again, you got the 1,100 additional seats, and they're just going to see how steep it is. We're right on top of the ice. The players feel it. It's going to be a great fan experience and a great atmosphere.
All right. Well, congratulations on one busy summer, and good luck with the next 2.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
What do you do for vacations? How do you ever get away now?
We're working on that.